Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you very much for your continued support. When the Supreme Court ordered the recount of the 15 polling stations, I think the whole country had been waiting to just find out what exactly was there. But then I can also confirm to you that this order to do recount was actually due to an affidavit that was sworn in by Raila Odinga's petitioners, the people that took the Raila Odinga's case to court. And I think it was just to understand the magnitude of the problem. Kenyans were asking, why would a Supreme Court ask for scrutiny of recount and scrutiny of the votes only in 15 polling stations? But then the revelation or the report from them indicates what, according to me, will really help the Supreme Court judges to make a very sound judgment. And I listened to the last submission saying that they're also praying that wisdom prevails in the judgments. The recount and that scrutiny of the votes was actually presided over by members, Registrar of Judiciary, that is Anne Hamadi, agents of political parties, and the IBC. So straight, I want us just to come out to reveal to you the revelations from it. Then we shall also just try to explain further what that exactly means. Now, kindly subscribe to our channel as we wait for that Supreme Court verdict. Judiciary realized that IBC used a second set of forms which they had said they would not use for the elections and will be sealed in a tamper-proof envelope. Now, if you remember very well, during the time the ballot papers arrived in the country, the agents of the political parties realized that Wafula Chebukati had actually printed two sets of Form 34A booklet. So there was one and there was an extra one. And of course, it was a question of IBC tried to explain on why they had done that. But after engagement with the political parties, they agreed that they are not going to use, they're going to use the first one and the booklet A, the first booklet, but the second one they were not going to use. So how did they found out this? This is what, just a breakdown of what was also revealed. Out of the 49, out of the 54 ballot boxes that were supposed to be produced for scrutiny, only 45 were produced, and there were 9 that were allegedly reported as non-existent. Now, most of this 9 is from Mombasa, and 1 is from Kakamega. We'll have to make some deductions from that. Now, IBC was supposed to produce all of it, but 9 remain unidentified. So, many of the boxes did not have the duplicate of Form 34A in the box, as had earlier been directed, and it creates questions on the authenticity or credibility of the Form 34A that was used. Now, from what I have gathered, the ballot boxes, they were supposed to put the duplicate of Form 34A there. Sasa, I don't know kama ni hiyo ya results yenye ishajazwa or yenye hajajazwa, but what they are saying is the one that was supposed to be in the ballot box, most of them did not have. Many of them did not have. So when you don't have the original inside there, and probably I want to understand that one of the reasons why court was actually asking for that recount and scrutiny of the votes was actually to find these discrepancies, because I don't think, even if there were going to be variance in the numbers, 15 polling stations would not be used to determine whether there was a problem. But the Supreme Court then just wanted to identify some of these variants that were emerging. Now, The serial numbers of seals affixed to the ballot boxes did not match those indicated in the polling station diary. Now, in the polling station, there is that PSD. PSD is kama kitabu hapo that the presiding officer is supposed to fill there any information, any occurrence in the polling station on the voting day. For example, when you use kama time nini liharibika, the time kimskit imeharibika, those are common things you're supposed to write there. Any other occurrence, maybe the violence, it's where you report everything that happened in the polling station. So they're saying it's not there. Despite of a last High Court order that IBC was supposed to have the manual register, there is an understanding that in some ballot boxes, manual register was not available within the ballot box. So it means it was supposed to be there. They're saying it was not there, and it casts doubt on how the manual register was used or how many entries were made using the manual register. And how is this supposed to be realized? This is supposed to be realized by, there was another form called Form 3432, which would have indicated how manual was used. So some of them did not have. So what that means is they cannot pinpoint and just find out what exactly was used where. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is just a bit of a snippet of what might have found there. There are some that I can call clerical issues, because some of these PO, and it's not to say that what an ignorant, some of these POs, presiding officers, were not so much acquitted with, they are not competent, and of course there is a likelihood of someone misused one or the other. Now, there is a defense, or there is something. Some returning officers could not explain why the Form 34A is not, where the forms are not there, where the Form 34, the original Form 34A is not there. But some are saying, but because some presiding officers are a bit incompetent, or for one reason or the other, instead of using the Form 34A booklet 2, they decided to use instead of using the booklet 1, they used booklet 2. However, some says that their booklet is iliharibika. So the court is saying that if this booklet was spoiled, you need to produce both two. If you use booklet 2, you should also have booklet 1. Hata kama hukuitumia, but the two of them should be there. There should be no situation where one was used, the other was not used, and only one is there. All of them should be there. And that is one of the arguments that Willis Otieno was telling the court, that there was a probability that even after IBC said, and of course, guys, you might excuse me because just realized the powers have gone off, and of course now in the middle of the shoot. So let's just bear with me as I almost finish up. And oh, thank God it's back. Now, what I was saying is that when the two were supposed to be used, Willis Otieno was actually saying that there was another set of Form 32A that IBC might have used. IBC might have used, and not the one that they had agreed with the political parties. So, guys, I just want to look at that. But then, I just draw some three observations I'm making here, and one of them will be speculative to the case, but these are things that you can see clearly. Before we head there, kindly subscribe to our channel. And also, we are in the home stretch of Sarah Atieno's fundraiser that is ending on 5th, I think, is Monday. I did a 15 days extension of Sarah Atieno's fundraiser with the intention of making sure that we will reach the target. Sarah Atieno is one of our subscribers here, and I think having reached out to us, she reached out to us after suffering acute leukemia, and she was detained in Kenyatta Hospital. I have been doing a fundraiser. I think it's been now a month long. Now, I did 21 days challenge. We were in a position to pay accumulatively 829,000. The balance was 215, and we did an extension of 15 days that is going to end on Monday. I believe that we are going to reach our target. So kindly, we're just donating at least 50 shillings. And I want to say thank you very much thank you very much for those who have turned up, those who are supported. I know it's very exhausting. Even on my end, I've just been waiting, when am I going to finish this? And of course, I believe that we can still finish up. We'll just remain with around 47,000 of the target, and I believe that if we pull through this, we'll be in a position to get. I know now things have gone a little bit slow, but I believe that by Monday, of course, we shall reach the target. The number is up there: 0710 62 78 89. It will appear Kevin Olo. And may God bless you as you purpose to help Sarah out of the hospital. I also want to say asanteni sana. There is another one of our subscribers who also paid for Sarah Tieno's education fee. Sarah was in NIBS. She was also in NIBS at some point. Na alikuwa amewacha because of school fee. And someone reached out from US and paid her school fee. I think that's 6,000. That's quite in order. Asante sana. There was also another lady who paid, contributed rent, I think, 2 months. I also want to thank you. Oh, it is the same person that paid rent. Yes, Pastor from US. Asante sana on her behalf. Of course, on Monday and on Tuesday when she comes out, we'll all smile and she'll tell these stories now. There is something. The postponement of Mombasa and Kakamega clearly had bad intentions. Because those, interestingly, I don't know whether they were non-gazetted or they were just ghost polling stations. Those 9 polling stations where those 9 ballot boxes could not be traced actually were from Mombasa, and there is one from Kakamega. Majority of the 9, I think almost 80% of the 9 are from Mombasa. Then there is one that is from Kakamega. And remember, these 2 counties is where the gubernatorial results were postponed. So this, to me, many people can look at it as you want to compare. But then, without gubernatorial elections, it's not very easy to make direct distinctions between what the governor got and what the MP got, even though the senator and women rep is all there. But I don't know, what I see here is the fact that there was no gubernatorial elections on August 9th, to some extent, could not draw the attention of the country to these ghosts polling stations. And again, these ghosts polling stations, they were allegedly supposed to vote for the presidential candidate. So if the election was to be done wholesomely, then it means they would have voted for governor, MP, women rep, and all them. So to some extent, they might realize that there are disparity in the one for Mama County, senator, and the president. Maybe Supreme Court might have to look at that. Then, just looking at this report of the recount and the scrutiny, the Supreme Court might be tempted to order recount, scrutiny, and retally of the votes countrywide. This is a possibility that they might actually order for that to be done countrywide, because it has shown that, of course, maybe they will do it and make sure that this time round, maybe they employ Wafula Chebukati to step aside and do some structures, or just find a way it can be done flawless, or it become a multi-sectoral approach where the military, the police, and the different players that are in the field, and even the judiciary is involved, the political parties agents are involved, so that they really count the legitimate votes, with the intention that IBC might be allowed to do that and give the winner. Remember, Supreme Court cannot just order the winner. IBC can be ordered to do the process afresh, and in any case these discrepancies will be there, then they will just call for a rerun. There is a high possibility that it might not go to a rerun, it might not go to a nullification, but they might take IBC back to the drawing board. Because again, Kenyans are used to, when there is a problem, we go for a rerun, and which is a nullification rerun. They can still break from that and call something, and becomes the wisdomic mediation on this. It's a possibility. Lastly, if nullification is to be called, and it will be in the light of the infiltration of electronic infrastructure that were used, I think Wafula Chebukati could be part of that rigging scheme, but it was also above board. Ladies and gentlemen, That's my bold take on this. I am back with a quick reaction that is very interesting, and what do you really see from this?